Hi friends, I'm Shankar Pandey and this is the Dr. USP channel. Solutions journalism goes beyond the traditional 5 W's and 1 H and looks at another W. What next? It looks at social problems and the responses to their social problems so that readers and stakeholders may get insights into how people have responded to pressing social problems. It looks at positive deviance, institutions or structures who are the best performers, why a certain hospital has a less infection rate or why a certain city has a low crime rate, for example. Let us see what is solutions journalism in this video. Solutions journalism is not just about proposals or suggestions, but it's about actual events or examples that have taken place. Solutions journalism, as defined by the Solutions Journalism Network, is reporting that investigates and explains in a critical and clear-eyed way how people try to solve widely shared problems. Shedding light on issues is at the core of such reporting. Solutions journalism adds an additional W to who, what, when, where and why. It asks what's next. Solutions journalism aims to reframe the narrative in news reporting by not merely identifying and scrutinizing societal problems but also delving into effective responses to them. Unlike traditional journalism that often tends to emphasize what's broken, solutions journalism proactively illuminates models that are working or have potential to work. The solutions journalism reporting approach aligns with traditional reporting styles but ensures there are elements of these 4 core pillars in each news piece: response, insight, evidence, and limitations. Response: the narrative primarily homes in on the responses to the problem rather than the problem itself, dissecting the efficacy or shortcomings of the solutions put forth. Insight: the article aims to distill complex aspects of the issue into an easily understandable form, ensuring that the explanations resonate with a wide spectrum of readers. Evidence: just as with any robust journalism, the reporting must be underpinned by verifiable data, be it statistical findings or anecdotal testimonials, all meticulously gathered and articulated by the reporter. Limitations: the reporting maintains journalistic integrity by clearly delineating the limitations and constraints of the solutions presented, keeping the audience informed of the potential gaps in the proposed solutions. It asks, what's the small slice of the problem that's most important to my audience? Then looks for who's doing better on that. For many journalists, the idea of solutions journalism resonates immediately, but some are confused by the approach or even the term solutions journalism. They might worry that it sounds like advocacy, PR, or feel-good news. Journalists are concerned that solutions journalism is rigorous and takes time, making it impractical for breaking news. It can also call a reporter's objectivity into question. Let's see what solutions journalism is not. These are examples of solutions journalism imposters we've all seen in the media. The silver bullet are articles commonly found in the tech and innovation sections. These pieces laud new gadgets with effusive praise, frequently labeling them as game changers or life-altering inventions. The sole predominant voice is that of the organization being profiled, like the silver bullet story. Organizational spotlight: this type of coverage is often discernible by its predominant focus on the organization being profiled, so much so that other voices or perspectives are conspicuously absent. Think tank opinion journalism can explore solutions if it contains real reporting about existing responses to problems and the results, but think tank often proposes things that do not exist yet. The epilogue nod is typically a single paragraph or a brief comment tacked onto the end of a piece that outlines a problem, serving mainly to superficially acknowledge ongoing efforts to address it. The solutions aren't considered with real seriousness, but rather thrown in as an afterthought. Often at the end, a documentary may hint at initiatives working to combat it, but not in a serious way. Then there are instant activists. When people hear solutions journalism, many think it refers to articles that conclude with a call to action, like clicking a button to donate a small sum to a cause, thereby missing the core focus on the investigative solutions. Feel-good type of journalism evokes warm feelings by spotlighting quirky or benevolent acts or individuals, but falls short of addressing the structural problems. Then there are hero worship stories, which put an undue emphasis on celebrating or glorifying an individual, often overshadowing the broader idea or solution that the individual represents. Solutions-oriented stories have characters, but the stories are centered more on the work they do. These stories must have something more important than individual idolization, and that is solutions. The growing emphasis on data-driven reporting allows us to learn from and perhaps even replicate the success of the best performers within a data set. But that can only happen once we learn how to take a positive deviance approach, identifying the people or policies that identify the norm and achieve better outcomes as a result, and as a starting point to determine what is working. When journalists do turn to data, it's often to investigate what is going wrong. A negative outlier data usually informs journalistic inquiries like what city has the worst crime rate, where is governance the weakest, where are racial and economic inequities the greatest. Stories about places which are worse off compared to national or state averages is often covered in great detail. Positive Deviance unveils an alternative route to solving societal challenges by focusing on the community's inherent strengths and talents. It unearths those unique outliers within a community who, despite using the same resources as their counterparts, attain superior outcomes. It is a journalist's job to get the story behind the positive deviant, and in doing so uncover information that could be valuable. There are 4 steps. Identification of deviants. The first step involves identifying those individuals or entities within a community who have successfully navigated a problem. Secondly, analysis of strategies and behaviors. After identification, the focus shifts to understanding the unique behaviors, strategies, or practices that have enabled the positive deviants to succeed. Then there's community involvement. The community actively participates in the discovery and identification process. This element ensures that the solutions are culturally acceptable and easily adoptable. Dissemination of insights. Once the positive deviance is understood, the next step is to disseminate this information to the broader community. The advantages. It provides a more complete view of the society. When people receive feedback that includes positive deviance, it enhances their capacity to solve problems. It provides information essential to solving problems. Knowing something is broken does not tell you how to fix it. It strengthens citizenship. It informs readers about how they can apply their talents to better address social problems. There are 2 ways journalists improve society: spotlighting harmful things or spotlighting helpful things. Solutions journalism helps balance the spotlight. It reveals hidden opportunities for social change. Regular exposure to effective models will improve journalists' ability to explain what works and critique what doesn't. It sharpens traditional journalism. Many investigative stories could be bolstered with a discussion of how a similar problem is being successfully addressed elsewhere. It will attract a new audience. News consumers are wary of a steady diet of dismal news and no longer satisfied to be passive recipients of the day's crises, flashpoints, and scandals. Research by the Solutions Journalism Network reveals the extent to which audiences respond to solutions journalism in ways that can strengthen local news. Among the top takeaways, 83% of respondents said they trusted the solutions journalism story compared to just 55% who said the same about a problem-focused story. As news avoidance and distrust grow. Thanks for staying along, friends. As always, it was a delight having you here. I'll be back with another video very soon. Till then, have a great time.